Katie's here. Everyone watching, like and subscribe. Yes,
Let's
thank
do
you.
it.
Yes,
Do it.
let's do it. Make sure everybody watching likes and subscribes. All right, so one of the things that we wanted to talk about, and I wanted to bring up with you, there was this Variety article. We've been talking about it, about the Marvel fatigue and all this stuff. But the reason I want to talk about it is not necessarily to get into the article itself, because I think you and I have talked about this over and over again about the shows and everything else.
Yeah.
What I wanted to talk about and I couldn't stand was like how hard every single like big reactor, content creator, whatever, like jumped on this article, right? And every single Twitch, TikTok, whatever they had, the thing that they started was Marvel is in shambles. They're fucking over. It's over. The world is over, right? And then they dropped the Echo, the trailer. And they're like all over Marvel's dick again. Like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. It's going to be amazing.
Is good though.
But what I'm saying
trailer is really good.
I know, but again, be consistent in your point, man. Like no, but you can't say Marvel's in shambles and be like, oh, Echo is going to be fucking amazing.
You can. You know why?
No.
You know why? Because the videos pay their bills, so they're going to ride the wave that pays their bill.
I get that.
It would be bad if they just said Marvel is in shambles, and then when the Echo trailer drops, even though it's a really good trailer, then they shit on it. That's fake. You know what I mean? You got to get the trailer's really good. I went into the trailer like, I don't, right. Like Echo's not a prominent character. Echo's not something I was excited for. No, the masses wasn't excited for. And I think, and this is what I was thinking when I was watching people's reactions yesterday, I do think that the Echo is going to surprise people because people had such low expectations for it. They didn't care about it. They don't want to see it. And like, bro, this is the first property that really has like a lot of blood. It's going to be on Hulu, I believe, as well as Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I think on Disney Plus, there's like a setting you would have to change to make it more like mature, so it'll pop up. But it has a lot of blood in it already. The trailer, the sound design of the trailer, everything was fucking good. And I was like, going into it kind of not trying to hate, but like, you know how I am. Like, I'm going to say it sucked. But like, I left, as soon as the trailer was over, I was like, that was a fucking good trailer. And then you watch everybody's reaction, like, I didn't want to like this, but so I think the objective thing is to be like, well, the trailer looks good. Now, you can still have like your qualms with Marvel and think that maybe the show might not live up to the expectations. But for what they put out, I mean, look good. And they really are in shambles. Though. Like, let's come on.
No, they are. I'm not saying they're not. And again, I have been consistent in my criticism of it, which is there's too much. It's too much. There's just a lot. It's not great quality. Some of it is good. Again, I've liked some of the unpopular stuff because I go into it. Just what do I enjoy the story? Is it a good movie for me? And that's how I go into it. I really don't really care about the bigger, larger story because at this point it's so it's so disjointed that I don't have to care. But I get it. There's a bigger story and there's a lot of things brewing in the background. But like Secret Invasion, I haven't watched it yet. I have no desire to watch it, but I will watch it at some point. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and go. But again, if I really cared about Marvel in that way, I'd have watched it already. I would have sat down and powered through it to say, I got to watch this because I need to know about the bigger universe.
No, we were though in the beginning, but like you said, it got to a point where like we don't have to watch everything, and that's what they were trying to do, but they were still connecting everything, so you had to, and you felt like you had to, but in reality, like it should be like if they want to make a She-Hulk and aim it towards women, let that rock. You know what I mean? Like personally, I like She-Hulk, but people hated it. But it's like it's not for you. And like, maybe there are some connective tissues, like if you read the comic book, but like let it be for the audience that it's for, and don't make everything connect. Like I feel like with all these universes, they should be able to be like, these are their own things. Kind of what like DC is doing. But I think Marvel's already like set up to where they can do it proper. Like, if they want to keep doing shows, because you made a good point last week where you said that they should just go back to the movies and not really like focus as much on the shows, I believe. And I think that's cool if you want to make one connected thing, right? Like if that's the case, then don't give us all these things in 1 year that will connect to something 5 years from now. You know, like that. It's just too much. It's too much to ask people. And plus, we've been doing it for years already. So it is like, yeah, let's just give us one single story. Like you give us a nice single story with a dope character we haven't seen before. Cool. You know, and if they show up 5 years from now, that's also cool. But like, don't make it like it has to be connected. And now, obviously, the Johnathan Majors trial is still looming over them. They're talking about maybe switching the character to Doctor Doom, which kind of seemed like I don't know, like Loki seems like they're kind of like trying to change a little bit of the direction of this shit. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, they're not in shambles because of Johnathan Majors. They were already heading. Yeah, they were already heading in the. I think he's a scapegoat. I think honestly,
perfect. Yeah, Angry Joe Show. I was watching them, and he said it perfectly like that. Like, don't let Johnathan Majors scapegoat you from. He's distracting me.
Yeah, no. What's your point was, AD?
Yeah, I forgot.
No, but no, it's not Johnathan Majors' fault that this is happening. It was already on the decline with Ant-Man and with other things that were happening up to this point. The fact that he has these legal problems doesn't help, right? It doesn't help the situation, but it's not his issue. Like it's not because he is going through these legal battles that they're all of a sudden in shambles. And that's the part that, you know, because I've watched Loki now and I'm up to speed, and I love the show. I thought the show was great. In fact, it's appointment television for the family, so we're watching it week to week, and we can't wait for the next episode. But we have no issues with Johnathan Majors' issues because we don't care at this point, right? But I get it. Like people, you know, will put their money where they want to support. But at the same time, I don't know. I get the whole marketability and banking on him, and if this trial gets messy and if he gets accused of certain things, you cannot sell this guy to sell movies and stuff. You can't do it. I get it, but at this point,
but it's what is gonna come out of this that they're scared of? Because like it's already messy. It's both sides. Like both sides did wrong. It seems like in the situation. Mm-hmm. So like, what's gonna come out that they're scared will ruin everything? I think it really is that, you know what, like people are expecting us to cancel this guy because like that's another thing. Cancel culture isn't what it was 4 years ago.
No, it's not.
Or otherwise he'd be out already. It'd be outrage. Like it's not the same. So in this situation, it's kind of weird. Like maybe they just want to go a different direction. You know, maybe they're like, whatever we had planned is not going to work. Let's pivot, and at the expense of Johnathan Majors, which sucks because that's a man's livelihood. And again, proven, was it guilty? I don't know. You know, whatever people say.
Guilty until proven. You're innocent until proven guilty, but he's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah,
I got you. Unk says everybody seems a little too forgiving for Marvel, yet trigger happy with DC. That's true, but you know what? I honestly think the multiverse thing is what happened, right? That's what they were banking on, us being so excited about this multiverse, you know, multiple variants and all these different, you know, possibilities. That was the selling tool for the next phase. That was going to be the excitement, the big showstopper. And it just ended up like getting people a little confused, and the casuals kind of tuned out, right? Like it was too much. And so that's the problem. And now you have to scale back and go, okay, how do we restructure? And now it's singular focus, right? Focus on the Fantastic Four, focus on the Deadpool movie coming out, right? And then focus on these individual stories that aren't the connective tissue of 16 million variants. Now, the only thing I'm not happy about, or that I don't know this is going to work, is bringing back old legacy characters, because that's another like rumor or discussion point, which is, you know, Tony Stark or
they do Robert that Marvel's they do that Marvel's done, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Really? Like that to me seems like you've gone desperate, and I think it diminishes the effect that you had at Endgame and at Infinity War. Like those were events that you like had emotion and feelings, and it was really, really good. And now you're just gonna say, well, fuck your feelings. We're just gonna do this because it's a money grab, or we want to get you back in the seats.
But that's what it seems like. If they take that route, like they're doing it for the bread, which is like, yeah, you want to recoup and shit, and it probably will do. The first one will do well, but like, do we want to see Robert Downey Jr. play Iron Man for the next 6 years again? I don't think so, dude. Like at that point, you should have just kept them, right? Like if you're just gonna do this, you should have just kept them all until now. Never killed them off like a comic book. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And obviously they'll find a way to make it like a variant of the character, or they'll change it up to, because I mean every character has different versions they can steal from, so it could work. But like I don't see Marvel doing anything after that. Like they'll give us a trilogy with them, and then it's kind of over for that,
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think it. I think that's just a money grab or just a desperate, like a Hail Mary.
But just like fucking, bro, Blade is in shambles itself.
Oh yeah, that too.
What's his name? Ali Mahershala. Well, like he's already threatened to walk away. They've rewritten the script like 3 times. Supposedly, the latest script was like making Blade the 4th main character, and then going with like a female-led film. It's like, why are you doing like? And why are you making a Blade movie? Like, I don't know, man. Just get the characters right. Give us Blade, give us X-Men, give us Fantastic Four. You don't have to go back to Robert Downey Jr. And I seen something, I don't know how true it was, but I saw it on Instagram today that I think Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire will be in Secret Wars, like official. Or not Hugh Jackman, I'm sorry. Robert Downey Jr. and Tobey Maguire will be in Secret Wars, which like you can, because if Secret Wars is different universes coming together.
Right.
But again, if you're making them the focal point because of like, look who it is, they're back, I don't know, man. You got good characters on the rise. Just make sure the stories are good and people will follow. Like you said, Loki is really good. It's got people's attention. People are giving it good reviews. They're talking about it. Just give us good stories. If Echo, I mean, again, Echo's trailer looked wonderful. Got people talking in the positive direction. If that shit is a fucking good story, we're gonna watch it. You already got our attention. Now more people are itching for the show now. Yeah, because of the trailer being good. Than it was prior yesterday. So,
and I think the last thing I read was that they're gonna have like a division or like a model, right, where it's grounded or more singular focused material. I forgot what they're gonna call it, and that's gonna be like an umbrella of Marvel. So like that'll be like the shows or certain movies that are just like, hey, this is the character, and then there'll be like the more like, okay, the widespread one that like goes across different universes and whatnot. But I think that's fun and that's fine. And I just like the stories to be easy to digest for me. That's all. And I think that's what I'm looking for. The last thing about this whole Marvel thing, the Marvels, the talk of their numbers and everything else looks horrific. Like the reviews, I think, of the band goes up, I think, this week. The embargo goes up this week, and then so we'll see what the reviews are going to be. But like the pre-sales are like below any Marvel release that's ever been out. Like they say it's going to flop.
Yeah, but they also didn't they didn't promote it either. It's not on my radar that much. Like I see it like every so often, but not other Marvel movies you see all the fucking time. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I saw every time I put a new video up or refresh a new video, they'll give me a trailer. But like
they were all over it. No, but I think, like I said, they're trying to, and it got this is like the third release date. So I don't know if they wanted to bury this movie or not, but the word is it's going to flop big, and it's losing a ton of money. But I haven't heard about the actual movie itself being bad, like that, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see what the critic reviews are. on the movie itself. It might be a decent movie, but no one's going to go see it. So we'll have to see what happens there.
Also, got to think Miss Marvel was probably one of the lower rated of the shows.
Yep.
At least bottom 3, my opinion. You know what I mean? So that probably didn't get people excited, and then seeing her in it, like, do I really? And then you got to think also Captain Marvel's original first movie is like one of the most hated of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is like somebody said, like, you know, people are acting like Captain Marvel didn't make $1 billion. She did. The movie made $1 billion, but you hated Brie Larson.
Yeah, people just didn't like it for whatever reason.
They didn't like the actress, or because she was in the presser, she was, you know, talking some stuff and that they didn't appreciate. But that movie made a ton of money, and it was a decent film. But yeah, and again, who knows, man? Who knows what this movie is going to be about? I think that unfortunately, Miss Marvel is a good. I enjoyed the series. I really did enjoy the series, but it's not like an overreaching, amazing series that, you know, like is huge. Like, it's not a cosmic series that you're like, oh my god, you know. It was a good story. I enjoyed the story, the family aspects. It was a fun family, wholesome type, you know, series, but it wasn't like the stakes are so high, and, you know, it was about her family, and it was fun. But
see, like, her powers are a little bit beyond being a street level, a street level hero. But also, again, it goes back to demographic. Like, it wasn't for me, you know. Like, I also thought like a couple of the episodes were good, but like the series overall, like, I didn't even finish it. I think I say that all the time. Like, that was like one where I like watched every episode except for the finale, and I was like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it didn't change much, to be honest. It didn't change much other than you just knew how it moves on, right? And but they tried to force feed it in there. Like, okay, look how it connects to Captain Marvel, you know, and we're like, stop it. Birdie, I'm late, but he's here.
What it do, Bird?
Thank you, Birdie. All right, so that's all we have on the Marvel in Shambles discussion. Oye, ¿qué pasó? Blackout.